I'm up in this bitch. I didn't want to let my shit go and I get pulled to. There it go. The Earth cross. Let me see how far this bitch go back. I don't want to go back too far. I don't want to go back too far. I want to start way back on. Right here. You let these motherfuckers, man, y'all let these motherfuckers sit up and create this shit dead in your face. I don't give a fuck if you're 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. Your grandma 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, and great grandma 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, great great grandma 30, 40, 50, right in your motherfucking face. They did this shit right in your face, man. They did this shit to you right in your face. And once a nigga start leaning to their own understanding and using their common senses that you acquired naturally from nature, your six senses that you was given and blessed with, coming out of the womb, you was blessed with common sense. And they talk you against that, having common sense, man. Real shit. Now, the land of Canaan, the so-called promised land, holy land, who was here before this time and who was the bloodline that ran them melanated people to that motherfucking so-called Middle East? The Middle East, X marked the spot. They marked the spot. These people marked the spot where the center was gonna be. Hashtag poo, where your niggas at? The point of origin. They marked their point of origin. And they call it the Middle East. And so you got a Middle East and a true North. The Mongolian got a Middle East. And the Neanderthal got a true North. The East and the North playing games with the South and the West. With the South, with the bullshit now. So they gonna blend you with the South because of your skin complexion, because you're melanated people out of the West. They gonna blend you with them and tell you, hey, you come from the niggas over there. Yeah, that's how you got here. Yeah, a white man fuck your grandma, and that's how you got all these different complexions and nah, nigga, you the children of the corn. You come from that red clay. You're the original gods and the original servants of God on this earth. That thumbnail show you the earth cross. Shout out to my nigga. We know the truth now. Keep rolling that corn. But I'm gonna get you off that planet though. Because it's needed. Because it ain't common sense. Why we can't find no global talk from no one in ancient times that who was really mapping things out and living by the stars? Why we can't find that? Why we can't find it? Because it was made up by the North and the East. My first book gonna be the Brick Club. If y'all see that earth cross, if you cross the earth, that means you got to crawl across this land, walk across this land, flat-footed across the land. And as you walk, the stars in the heavens is up above. You at sea level, and below is the waters. That's the separation. They even changed the definition of earth to some global shit when you know the earth is the dirt. Acid to acid, dust to dust, the dirt, man. So if the Canaanites, and they was there before the Israelites and the Palestinians in this so-called holy land over here. If the Canaanites date back to 3000 BC, and you got mounds in Louisiana in the Americas that date back to 9000 BC, when you gonna use your common sense to start reversing? Hashtag reverse. So all I gotta do is come out here and reiterate what I already put out here. I know what's popping. I'm gonna try to learn something every day, bro. So if you got mounds and pyramids and structures in Louisiana that date back to 9,000 BC, and the Canaanite bloodline dates back to 3,000 BC, before Israelite and a Palestinian and a fake ass Holy Land. Why your common sense don't tell you that you're older than these people? You're gonna find everything you need to find when you start using your common sense. But I'm crazy, retarded, and all the other shit you want to call unfed for using my common sense and not letting my emotions. Same thing I told y'all about the case. Don't get in your emotions. Just fuck with your common sense and analyze this shit. Now the hashtag poo, they gave it to us. They put the X on the spot. They made a dot and centered it. They made an X. X marked the spot. So their spot is the Middle East. And in my first book, I'm gonna show y'all how the North came in and clipped land up under the sanctions of the Mongolians. And that's why you owe these Mongolians today, because these two motherfucking ethnicities of people are in cahoots against the melanated people of this world, and not just Africans. They're against the truth, bro. And their job is gonna always be to hide the truth from real niggas. And I'm just a real nigga they can't hide it from, bro. 11,000 years. So we got mounds and shit built right down in Louisiana that dates back over 11,000 years ago, in the Canaanite bloodline that was in Israel before the so-called Israelites, and the fake history that they trying to give and put out. If it's older, why you still going with their information? Why you still floating on a globe with a motherfucker that invented it? I'm gonna show you. Just because I want to. Because this day I need to start putting my mind back on shaking some niggas. Some niggas need to be shook out this bitch. Yeah, some niggas need to be shook out this bitch, bro. Some niggas need to be shook out this bitch. Now, okay, let me do this. Boom. Let me do this. Boom. We gonna go through this bitch. I'm just gonna thumb through this shit and talk my shit. Now that's the Earth cross. That's in Americas. This is a cross. So that point, the point of origin is that dot, right? That's the center. And from that center, that's why a compass is so important, because the tool, as a Masonic person, Masonic people use compasses to make perfect 300-degree circles. So I just reverse what they put in play. So if this circle is if this is the Earth cross, according to the ancient Americans, I'm talking about the true ancient aboriginal melanated Indians. That's what I'm talking about. The ones who really built those mounds. Not the ones who came and sat on top of the mound, built on top of the mound. Not the Incas, the ones who was actually building these mounds in the Americas. Who had already mapped out astrology and all this shit, yeah. So if that's an Earth cross, first thing you got to understand that you can't cross the Earth going up. Up is altitude that's going into the sky. Even when you get to the tip of the mountaintop, it's over. You can't go up no more without no wings. So you ain't crossing no land going up. So don't let them stand your cross up and put a white man on it saying he dying for your sins. Stand that cross right there up, erect it, and put a white man on it. And now all y'all fucked up by it. The Earth cross divides onto my regionally, worldly. These are the directions, bro. This is the cross that divides the earth into 4 sections. And this is where you would get Matthew, Mark, John, Luke. No, I'm sorry. This is where you would get north, south, east, and west. These are the 4 corners of the earth within the circle. Because it's squared from the center. It's squared from the center. It's squared from the center. Well, how can you have 4 corners if the earth is round and all this dumb shit you niggas gonna keep on letting your children at the same dumb? It's squared from the center. It's squared from the point of origin, from the intersection. That's where it squares at, the intersection. How can I have four corners if the earth's around here? Yeah, all the dumb shit. But see, I'm gonna hit you with common sense. See? It's squared from the center. So this is what makes the four corners of the earth, whether the corners are rounded or what the fuck ever it may be, because it's infinite and nobody knows. Understand what I'm trying to tell you? Do you see it square from the center? Do you see the cross? It's four sections. Those are squares. So when you cross it up, you make four squares, and these are the four corners of the earth. In that right top hand corner that you see, there will be Gog and Magog, according to biblical text. See, they didn't claim that corner. The one with the blood sun, the Mongolian with the blood sun, the rising sun on their flag, that has took the sun and made it bleed forever. As I told you, I need to be on shit. See what I'm talking about? So it's four sections. That's where you get north, huh? And then we're going to say northeast. Because up top you got northeast. I'm going to say up top because that's what you understand. Those two squares on top is northeast. Neanderthal, Mongolian. The right bottom square is the south. That's Africa. And this is the Western world. Over here in this bottom left-hand corner. That's the Western world. This is why Christopher Columbus selling from right near that center spot, which will be Spain, Italy, France, Germany. The European, so-called European countries, that really sits in the east. They clipped that land. And they also clipped the bottom half, which would be the northwest tip of Africa, which really sits in the west. These lands were clipped. I just want to show you the brick clip. I'm going to show you the brick clip. I'm going to get back off into my shit, man. Yeah, because niggas ain't on shit. Niggas ain't on shit. North, south, east, and west. You got to get this in your head first. You got to come down off that globe, off that planetary alignment, off all that shit, and get back to motherfuckers who was really cultivating the earth and brought agriculture in seasons. Yeah, seasons. Summer, winter, fall, spring. Winter, spring, summer, fall, yeah. Was truly in tune with how to grow crops and feed the world. And this is what these people done. And the rest of the world turned in on the truth. The south, the east, and the north turned in on the truth, which is the west. In my mind, I'm contemplating that the west is really the east because they flipped this shit. But I'm just saying, though. I just come to get it out of my chest. Just let niggas know they ain't known shit. Cause the same shit I done said years ago. They come back to some dumb shit that you niggas ain't on shit. See? Americas. With the cobra. With the flared and the crook, with the beard. The Americas. How I get here? We're just snatching shit from Egypt and bringing it all the way across from the lower part of Egypt, all the way back across Africa, all the way back across the motherfucking Atlantic, a.k.a. Ethiopian Ocean, all the way back over here to post it up over here. Man, y'all better make this shit make common sense. Another resource that's indigenous to the Americas. Abyssinia, huh? The blue crystal. But we'll talk about that later. I'm just gonna pop a little bit. Just kind of pop. I'm just going through some shit. They even cop this shit. The Skull and Bones cop this shit from him. We'll get into that later. Huh? These people were making cathedrals out of your bones and your skulls, man. Cathedrals, large cathedrals. That show you how many niggas they was killing. They killed some Africans and shit, but them Africans who, I'm talking about the niggas from the West, the bloodline that you're searching for. They got you discombobulated and not knowing who the fuck you is or where your place at on this earth. And I got you spinning around on an acid trip thinking that you walk up the side of water on fake ass equators and invisible shit. Everything with these motherfuckers is invisible, and so is your soul right now. I'm just trying to say, you niggas. I'm just trying to say, you niggas. In real life. You see that right there? That a line right there. That Britain right there. So when they started goddamn creating this North Pole shit, they created the North Pole, bro. You see that? There your line of Judah right there with his paw on top of the secrets right there. You can look at LeBron James chest, he got this same tattoo. This nigga ain't never went to college. This nigga went straight to the NBA from high school. How he become part of the goddamn gatekeepers holding the secrets? See that paw right there holding the secrets? Map that. Mapping you out. Mapping you niggas out. Let's keep going. Because I just want to get off a little bit. See these maps? I used to look at the map. I used to look at the motherfucking logo. The United Nations logo. And I be saying, what the fuck is those lands over there? Knowing that Australia supposed to be the land down under. That's Australia. Australia supposed to be the land down under that sits under Africa over here south. It's supposed to be where the kangaroos jump upside down and yo-yo their way back up to this ball that y'all niggas think y'all live on. I was like, with them here and with them lands is on this United States logo. These the lands right here. Australia, the fuck Australia doing way over here. And the rest of the lands to go with it, yo. The little blue head, the little blonde head, blue-eyed aborigine there. Been freaking. I just be showing y'all this shit. Somebody has common sense. That's the map we come out for. Now we see the dot right there. That's the center. That's the center. We already know X marked the spot. We in the Middle East. We ain't gonna let them change up. This is where they started at. This is where they began at. This is their point of origin. So we'll let this, and this point becomes their North Pole. This point that they chose to start from becomes their North Pole. Then they turn shit into myths and say that ain't true and further scientific investigation, man, fuck all that shit these folks talking about. They ain't talking about nothing. Look at Kamala Harris. Look at Kamala Harris. See, I had my son to blame these motherfuckers. During the election, I think Kamala Harris was Nefertiti. Another bitch, Akhenaten, was knocking off. Who was Akhenaten? Obama. Yeah. That's half and half right there. That's half and half. The same way I did Queen T and Michelle Obama. The same way I did them two. Same way I found them two. Somebody else did. I'm going to keep going, though. I'm going to keep it moving, though. I'm going to keep that shit moving, though. So this the mythological land they talking about now, right? It wasn't no myth when you start putting it out, huh? The same nigga that bring you the real, bring you the fake. How can some of this work be myth and some of this work be real? The same nigga bring you the real, bring you the fake. This is where they start creating their pole right here. Where they all start creating this so-called North Pole that y'all waiting on Santa Claus to bring you your goddamn bicycles and shit. This is the same spot. X marked the spot, this spot. And I tell y'all, my shit ain't gonna change. I tell y'all, I told y'all, me and ATL sitting there, I said, ATL, why they start disappearing that land right there? Them 4 islands that supposed around that 33 degree circumference of that black rock that used to be so-called the Earth magnetism. Then they changed the Earth magnetism to some other shit that could match the globe as they make this shit up as they go. The magnetism of Earth. This is what allegedly causes compasses to point north. See, they done watch that shit on you niggas. This is why compasses are supposed to point north, because of the Earth, the center of the Earth magnetism, which supposed to be this 33 degree goddamn mountain that's set in the middle. This is where they start creating their North Pole, nigga. Who creating it? The North and the East. The same people who control it now. Who control it? The East, the Mongolian. The reason why you owe them so much U.S. Treasury, because of this fake-ass nuclear bombing and all that other bullshit. But you know, I'm just saying, you nigga got some motherfucking common sense, bro. I'm gonna show you common sense. Now, this is the same shit. It's the same location. It's the same center. Where they clip their land at, okay, see, Greenland green as fuck. Then they start changing up to it was 80%, 90% covered in ice to create their pole, to keep you from ever understanding that they playing games with your souls, with your inheritance, with your life, with your bloodlines, nigga. The 12 tribes come from the Americas, bro. And that story that been so distorted that nigga don't even want to be called Hebrew now. I was one of them. Let me just see it up close. Boom, see? All 4 land masses, all of them little islands, they done created this little hyperborean magnetic rock. This is where they start creating the pole. But one lie got to tell another lie, got to tell another lie, got to tell another lie. You gonna just let them keep on lying, knowing they some lying ass motherfuckers. Y'all niggas ain't on shit. So what goddamn got me on my quest to figure some shit out was they started disappearing. This land is in the south. I just told you where south located. Bottom right, south. Bottom left, west. Top left, north. Top right, east. That's the Earth cross. We gonna stick them to the point of origin, nigga. We gonna stick them to where they goddamn mark the X at. X mark the spot this we at. So this is allegedly the center of the North Pole. And the same nigga that's saying this myth now, the same nigga that gave you the so-called concrete real shit now. Bitch, I won't mind in stone. Fuck concrete. Fuck concrete. I won't mind in stone. Cause that was my bloodline dealt with stone, nigga. You did. But we was sitting up on the planet. I said, man, why they disappearing this land right here? It's something they trying to hide. This is art of war type shit. This some throw the rock, hide your hand type shit. So this is what they created in North Pole off this mythological shit right here. But it's the same motherfucking land, man. I'm gonna show you some shit. I'm gonna show you some shit. We get into it. Earth's magnetism is generated by the, what does it say? Geodynamo. A process occurring in the liquid iron outer core of heat. Oh, so they had to change it to match the concept of the global condition that they didn't put you up on the night. They had to change it up. These same people creating this shit. And the Earth's rotation. Now you're rotating 1,007, 1,008 miles per hour. We spinning. They just gonna put you on a real acid trip and leave you there. But you niggas ain't got common sense to know that you walk on flat land. That when you get up on a ship, a boat, a float, anything in the water is flat, flush in the water, and you lie on top of it. And if you lie on your back, you'll be looking up at that so-called, what we call the heavens and the stars above. See what I'm talking about? Let's continue. I just want to get off. And so now, the Earth magnetism no longer, they created it, now they got it perfected. Now they got to put their indoctrination down upon you within their universities and group homes and border homes, orphanages and all that shit to make sure that you understand this is what the Earth is. Not what your ancestors were talking about. I just showed y'all the other day that the ancestors said this bitch was flat. I'm talking about my ancestors. I ain't talking about the African shit. I'm talking about my ancestors. I'm talking about the mound builders, what the fuck they was talking about. The ones who built those mounds knew this bitch was flat. The ones who built those mounds in the Americas and set sail and went out into the world and built structures with the knowledge that they had and left their fingerprint all in the structures. Even when they named the shit, they come back to the Americas. Said it. So this is the new shit. Magnetism work. You can see the magnetic fields lines and emerging from the southern hemisphere. So now you got a southern and a northern hemisphere on a flat disc. See, this is how they changed the magnetism in the center. But see where they fucked up? The Earth core is supposed to be so fucking hot. How can a magnetic pole, exist inside of the core of something so hot? How could your negative and positive pole going through a circumference and in the center is so hot and still exists? But in your mind, just like the imaginary equator that separates the northern and southern hemisphere exists in your mind because you was indoctrinated that. You was taught that when you were indoctrinated. You was educated with that. You didn't gain knowledge of shit. Common sense is gonna make you goddamn understand knowledge, bro. Huh? The same shit. That nigga Sanchez go crazy on this shit. But when you got common sense, you ain't gotta listen to shit to the end. Once you get a concept, oh, that's bullshit, that lie, okay, boom. Okay, common sense. So this the Earth core. This the core. So it's hot as hell. And so how the poles stay connected and intertwined with each other if they separated by all this heat? I'm just showing you some shit. These little screenshots I just took right quick. Historically, many believe Earth magnetism came from a solid magnetized core like the giant bar magnetic or celestial influence we now know is generated by the geodynamic, huh? So they changed up. They created it, then changed it up on it. Cause the same nigga who created the myth created the real shit. So I don't believe nothing nigga talking about. And you shouldn't either. And you shouldn't either. Once a bitch a liar. Once you put death on a bitch, it's dead. That shit dead. That shit dead. So I gotta get my nigga Roll the Coin, we know the truth now, off that globe. And he gon', boy, I just want to just talk to him, just make sure he good. Cause I know they gonna try to fuck him around. Gravity pulls everything towards the center. So you got gravity existing, the force of gravity. You got three principal forces working together at the same time. It don't work like that. I ain't go over your head though. I said principal forces. You got three principal forces working this system that they done put in place at the same time in unison. It don't work like that. Don't talk to an intelligent tiger, you gonna lose them. Bitch, I'm that nigga. Three principal forces working in unison at the same damn time. These whole rod and two chain. It don't work like that, partner. That ain't how it work. I just had to throw that gravity shit in there right quick, just let y'all know. What they put, what's magnetic, what's going on? The Earth magnetic field, or magnetosphere, primarily serves as a protective shield against harmful solar radiation. So we can go right into the Van Allen belt. The reason they said they couldn't go back to the moon, which they never been to no moon, it was a Van Allen belt of radiation. They couldn't get outside the radiation belt. But now they talking about they going to Mars and delivering Mars the car. Y'all niggas Elon Musk out. This bitch, is this nigga human? What y'all on? Shit. Y'all niggas ain't on shit. That's what I be trying to show you. That's what I be trying to tell you. Why I tell you niggas, y'all niggas ain't on shit. I'm gonna forever see this knowledge, bro. I did this shit before I left this hoe. The only motherfucker I see on this shit is Naaman, bro. They were fucking with me. That was fucking with me? Huh? That was fucking with a G? Huh? Then you got the catastrophic pole shifts where shit, the North Pole take the position of the South Pole and the South. That mean the whole earth flips upside down and continents, stages, and places and all kind of shit. And y'all niggas is crazy. Cause y'all niggas ain't on shit. Phenomenon. Channel solar particles towards the poles, creating the aurora. Aurora, Colorado. Ain't that where you from, Teresa? Ain't that what Teresa yeah, did y'all go deep enough to know that she from Aurora over there with that same nigga that was over the Nipsey shit and had Nipsey goddamn shit in his name? They post up at in the desert where they do the fake, See, Pocket Change told y'all to follow the money. I've been following the money the whole time. I've been getting answers. I've been following the money. See? Anyway. The concept of hyperborea is the black rock, Rupus nigra, originates from Gorgeous Mercator. It's the same nigga. World map in 1595. And then they start trying to disappear land and recreate some bullshit and change the educational system that they got in place and indoctrinate you further away from your ancestral roots, which lies in the Americas, man. You are not no African people. Try to use your color against you and make you think that you goddamn came from motherfucking Africa. Fuck out of here. Yeah, make it. Hey, man, I'm gonna come back and start right here, man. What is it? I'm gonna come back and start right there, man. My most very important, significant order. She got something to say to me, and I got to goddamn get the fuck up out of this bitch. Cause fuck you nigga, y'all niggas ain't on shit. But anyway, this bitch flat. But I'm gonna come back and start right here, man. And I'm gonna show. I want to get to my point though. But I'm gonna show y'all this shit. I'll be back. I said, bam, y'all know who it is, nigga. I said, boom. I did.